Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Is the Thread. My name is Chris Lazar. Yeah, thought I'd throw you off and give you a Australian accent. What's up, everybody? Man, this is the Thread, man. This is Chris broadcasting live. Back at my parents' house today. Had to do some laundry. Because remember, I moved into a new apartment. Remember that from a few episodes ago? Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much I'm all moved in. I did some cleaning, did some rearranging, little stuff. Very, very little bit of that. God bless my friend John for giving me his Shark vacuum. And it worked out. I used it yesterday, and it worked out really well. So shout out to that. Shout out to Shark. They're not sponsoring this, but maybe they should. Fucking giving them a good word. But the place itself, I don't know if I talked about this from previous episodes, but the place itself, it's like different buildings, right? I live in, how should I call it? So there's a building, then there's a section, and then there's the unit, so I live in one unit, right? One apartment. There's 4 units per section. So if you go there's 2 doors per section. So like if I go through like the door I need to get to, if I go through the door to get to where my apartment is, there's just 4 units there. I can't access the other 4 units in the other section unless I go through their door. But it's all a part of one big building, 3 sections in it, right? So 12 total units. And we only have one washer dryer. Right, so you can see how this is problematic. Now, so far, I haven't really ran into any issues with it. Like, I would have thought that, hey, washer and dryer would be like pretty busy. Constantly people using it. I'm not going to be able to work my way in unless it's like a Tuesday at like 9 o'clock when everybody's watching Grey's Anatomy. Like, that's when I'm going to be able to do laundry. And so far that hasn't really been the case. I've been able to do laundry every time I've gone down there. It's been open, which, hey, it's really nice. Maybe it's just the schedule that other people are on. Maybe they work from home, they can do it early in the morning. Maybe some people do it before they go to work. Who knows? I mean, during the week as it is, I'm not really home. I'm not really at the apartment like right at 5. Like, work a 9 to 5. I get home like at 5:36, right? And then people do laundry. I'm out, like I'm training. I'll come home and I'll change, and then I'll go out and train. And then I won't get home to like settle down, go to bed until like, 8 o'clock. So maybe that has an effect on it. But I'd say like since I moved in, I've done like, what would you say, like two days a week. I did laundry yesterday, but with training, I got a lot of laundry, and I haven't been washing my gi nearly as much. I've been kind of saving it. I let it air dry in the closet, hang it up. It helps instead of keeping it like soaked in the soaked gym bag, and that's helped. Today I came home, finished up some laundry, washed my gi, and then some other clothes. So I'll be, set for the week. Still don't have internet either, because we got to go through Xfinity. We got to go through Comcast. So I need to call them up, and I need a quote. I don't need anything fancy. And I want to be able to control the on-off switch of this router. Like, I don't know if I've mentioned this before on here, that when I go to bed, My phone is off. My phone is actually on airplane mode when when I go to bed. It's on airplane mode. So I don't hear any buzzing, none of that shit. No EMF. You heard me talk about EMF a while ago. None of that going on while I sleep. And I keep it away from me ish. I mean, it's on the dresser over there, which sucks when the alarm rings. It's like, actually, I could still reach it. I always hate, like, older guys would always tell me, like, oh, you want to set your alarm? Put it on the desk across the room. So you have to physically get up to go turn it off. Boy, doesn't that fucking piss you off in the morning? Like, I just want to go to bed. You kind of, and what I do is, when I was doing that, I was kind of just sitting in bed until the alarm would shut off by itself. But it doesn't fucking do that. You gotta wait. You gotta get up. Ugh. You gotta get up. You still can't fucking see shit. You gotta walk over. Your blood pressure is like, your blood pressure is trying to catch up to the change in elevation. You went from lying down on your side, body pillow between your legs, comfortable, to fire drill. I gotta get up before Nancy, my fucking neighbor, comes and complains to me this afternoon. You know, your alarm's really loud. Anyway, first world problems. There was something I wanted to I missed out on. So my favorite day for jiu-jitsu is Sundays. Sundays are my favorite because it's an hour and a half of just straight rolling, open mat, super fun. Usually afterwards, I like to go. I like to do a little extra afterwards. So we get done. We go 9 to 10:30 in the morning. Afterwards, I've been doing a little extra. I will actually go and hit this tire at our high school with a sledgehammer. I got a 10-pound sledgehammer, so I'll go there, hit the tire, get a nice little extra in. Not too long. I'd say I'm only out there like 15 minutes tops, maybe. I'll hit it, I'll smack it. I'll do a couple different variations, like different grips. I'll take a break. I'll get back into it. I really just try to burn it out. Is really the goal with that. Sometimes what I'll do as well is I'll run. I'll do not a long distance run, but I'll do hill sprints. Actually, yesterday was really the first great day in Michigan. It was like 50, no clouds, sun was out. It was an awesome day, and I was out there at our sand volleyball court in this park, Hines Park, in Northville, although Hines stretches a huge area from Plymouth Northville all the way to like Dearborn Heights. It's a long stretch. And I went over there on Saturday after jiu-jitsu, and I ran in the sand volleyball court, which is a decent size. There's 3 courts on there, all connected. So I want to say it's like 40 yards by 20, 40 by 20 yards. Very, very big size. I like to go in there, and I don't get a chance a whole lot unless it's the summer. So this was my first time in it. It was a good day for it. Sand was not that cold. And here's the thing, guys, if you try to go in the winter, especially here in Michigan, like once it gets like hits fall, like November, sometimes that sand is freezing. That sand is so cold. And yeah, you can do stuff. You could run on there with your shoes, sure, socks. Yeah. I like the bare feet though. You really feel the earth. Yeah, it feels good, but I was in there yesterday. It was really good. Today, after jiu-jitsu, I doubled up. I ran hill sprints. Not too long, like 15 minutes tops. Hill sprints, and then I went to hit the sledgehammer. Then I came home, took a cold shower. But I was just listening to Joe Rogan. He was saying you don't want. I'm gonna have to verify this. I feel like I've heard this before too. You don't want to take a cold shower or like a cold tub ice bath right after working out. You want to wait like a few hours. I guess it depends on the workout, right? Like, and I don't know the benefits to that. Like, you come home, you don't take a cold shower, you take a warm shower after what? Like, maybe let's say like lifting heavy, like power lifting, something like that. Or what if you're just out on a like run, you come home, so I got to verify that. I got to do some research on that. Needless to say, man, I'm tired. I sand and jiu-jitsu yesterday, and then hill sprints, jiu-jitsu, and sledgehammer today. Needless to say, I had a big breakfast. And I fasted. I broke my, how long was it? God, why is my math? I'm trying to think of my intermittent fast that I did. 16 and a half hours. Yeah, 16 and a half hours. Yesterday I did 18. Yeah, I think I got up to 18 yesterday. Yeah. Pretty sure I got up to 18. Weekends are great. I can get pretty long on the weekends. During the work week, it's a little tougher. Because I want to eat at lunch. Lunch is at noon. I don't eat breakfast, so I try to eat at lunch. Sometimes I have skipped the lunch, or like I won't eat anything. It gets kind of hard eating at your desk and everybody's looking at you with your fucking yogurt. People always call. Luckily, like, yogurt doesn't smell. Some people eat at their desks and it smells like really fucking good. You got to walk past their desk, and who knows, maybe they'll offer you that piece of chicken that they got. I do that all the time. I worry, oh God, that smells good. Who's got the brisket? Who's got the brisket at their desk? Fucking A1 sauce all over your keyboard. Just go eat in the lunchroom, for God's sakes. I wanted to talk to y'all about this. I missed the last two Sunday jiu-jitsu sessions. The first one that I missed 2 weeks ago was because I was moving. First things first, I had to take care of that. The second one was because I had an issue with my apartment. And the issue is I locked myself out. And I knew it right away. It's funny. I knew it. I knew I didn't have my keys on me as I was shutting the door. But the door still shut. Like, I couldn't stop it. It was so weird. And I think it's because, like, you're so trained when you leave, you go out the front door, you get out your car door, you go out the front door, back door, whatever, you close it behind you, right? Most of the time. And I think that was it. I think I was just, my body, the like sixth sense instinct in my body, my muscles, the muscle memory was closing the door. And I kid you not, literally in my mind, I knew right away I did not have my keys on me. I didn't have my car keys or the apartment keys. And nothing. I was just out there in shorts. What I was doing was I was leaving the apartment to go turn on the car to warm up a little bit. And I was like, holy shit, I don't have my keys. Actually, I lie. I had my car keys. I had my car keys. I did not have my apartment keys. They were separate. Now I keep them both on the same keychain. And I do have 2 sets of apartment keys, but the other set was in the apartment. I knew it right away as I was closing the door. I was so pissed. Oh, I was so pissed. It's like, fuck. I can't go train now. Not only can I go train, my phone is in the apartment. My wallet. I can't go anywhere. I mean, I could go places. It was funny too because I was out in like shorts and like my tight fitting Under Armour, looking like a boss. And I was like, holy shit, dude, what am I going to do? I walked over to our leasing office. Now, keep in mind, this is a Sunday. I knew that the leasing office, it was closed, but hey, why not go over there? Maybe there's something posted, like a phone number or something to do if you get locked out. Because there is a phone number. We do have an emergency number, but I didn't have it in my phone. I do now after the fact, but I don't have it anymore, or I didn't have it at that time. Nothing at the leasing office. Leasing office is closed. And I'm starting to think, oh my God, what if I starve? You know what? No, we're not going to starve. Because we fucking intermittent fast anyway. I can wait until noon or 1 o'clock to eat. There's no problem there. And I was wondering, like, what do I do? Do I call my parents? No. Like, what are they going to do? Go over there? No. That's like admitting defeat. That's like... And I didn't want to admit to my parents that I locked myself out because it make me look like an idiot. But I luckily found somebody as they were leaving their apartment. They were in the car. I knocked on their window. It's nice Muslim woman, younger. Yeah, she was younger. Shout out to her. I explained to her the situation. Hey, I locked myself out. My phone's in there. Can I use your phone to call the emergency number? Luckily, she had it. And we're trying to call this fucking number, but it's not dialing. And I'm like, oh my God. So it's funny. She writes it down for me. She's got to go. She's got to go meet up with family. She said, I'm like, hey, no, listen, no problem at all. You helped me out a ton just now. I really appreciate it. She wrote it down for me, and it's so funny. The only thing she had to write it down was like some sort of like bikini catalog. Right? She rips out like a page of it. Nice like set of D's that she was writing on. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't have anything else to write. I'm like, hey, no, it gives me something to look at for the next 2 hours. So she writes down the emergency number. At this point, I'm like, all right, maybe it was her phone because she said she sometimes does have an issue with her phone. And let me take a swig of water. She says she sometimes does have an issue with her phone. Like it doesn't make phone calls for some reason. I don't know why. So I drove down to the nearest gas station. I used they had a phone inside that I asked the guy to use. And even that phone wasn't ringing. It wasn't connecting to the emergency line. And I'm like, all right, here's what's probably happening. They got one guy on call. He was probably boozing last night. And his phone is off because he doesn't want to fucking answer an emergency at this early in the morning. Keep in mind, it really wasn't that early. It was like 9:30. Regardless, he's probably a late sleeper. His phone is off. He's going to turn it on when he feels like it. I'm like, all right, shit, this isn't fucking working. I drive back around to the leasing office for some reason. Trying to find like another like person because I do know that there is maintenance staff. There is one guy that does live in the units, right? That's the emergency guy, probably. I don't know for sure. But lo and behold, I find this guy going out to his car. French guy, too, because he had on some like French shit, like a French jacket, parlez-vous français, all this shit, pamplemousse. And I explained to him the situation. Hi, sir. Hey, my name's Chris. I live in 12900 over here, and I locked myself out. And right away he says, "Oh, did you call Maurice?" I said, "No. I mean, I called the emergency number." He said, "Oh, you call Maurice. Call Maurice. I locked myself out once. You need to call Maurice." So he gives me Maurice's number, and I write it down on the nice pair of tits that the other lady handed to me. But it's funny because I think the guy thought that I had my cell phone on it, and I didn't explicitly say, like, yeah, my cell phone's in my apartment too. So it was kind of like this little awkward moment where I'm like, are you going to offer your cell phone to me? And he ended up we ended up departing, and I said, hey, thank you so much. I didn't call from his phone like a fucking idiot. I didn't ask him. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't ask him. I don't know why. I could have called him. Luckily, I then went back to our section of the apartment building, knocked on one of my neighbor's doors, lives right above me. And luckily, he answered the door. I'd never met him before. I said, hey, I'm Chris. I actually live right down here. Locked myself out. Could I use your phone? I have these 2 phone numbers I'd like to try. Called the one phone number for Maurice. And yes, he answers. He answers, and I say, hey, Maurice, I locked myself out. I need you to help me out here, man. I locked myself out. I'm in 12900, 102. Can you do a lockout? He's like, yeah, I was just, give me like 20 minutes and I'll be there. I'm like, hey, dude, 20 minutes. Awesome. Yeah. I was afraid he was going to say something like an hour or like more. No, he says, give me 20 minutes. I'm just getting ready to go to, what's the place? He was getting ready. He was a Jehovah's Witness, I do believe, because he called the place he's going to like the Kingdom Hall or something like. I think that's what he called it, Kingdom Hall. And I'm pretty sure that's a Jehovah's Witness thing. I hang up with him. I'm like, fuck, should I give him a call back and say, hey, do not bring pamphlets and shit to my apartment? All right. Of course, if it would have been between, here, take this pamphlet that's got information about the rapture, or you can just freeze to death outside tonight, it would have been like, all right, give me the fucking pamphlet. Yeah, he shows up like 20 minutes later. It really wasn't that long. I was just waiting around right outside the apartment. Shows up looking fly in like a nice suit and stuff. Unlocks my door. Awesome. But at this time, like, jiu-jitsu's fully missed. Like, it's almost the end of jiu-jitsu, actually. And I still got in a nice workout, though. Did a nice hill workout. Did some sledgehammer. So it was all good. I got through it. I guess the moral of that story is, you know what? What would somebody do? A younger person, let's say, who's very reliant on technology, to be separated from their phone like that. And you know what? I did still have my car keys, so I could drive places. So dependent, but people today are so dependent on their phone. It's like, let's say younger people. Let's use that scenario. Could they have gotten back in the apartment? Would they have had the guts to walk up to complete strangers? 3 of them I met that day, and be able to articulate a situation, what the situation is, ask, as Grant Cardone says, one of the things that stuck out for me when I was doing his sales course was most salespeople don't even ask for the sale. You can get done with your, your script, after handling their objection, you're going in for the close, but you don't even ask for the sale. And that's the thing. Would you be able to ask for what you want? Yeah, you know what? I look like an idiot. I locked myself up. But though, every one of those people told me that, hey, it's happened to me. And that's the thing. You're not really that much, you're embarrassed because this is a shitty thing and it makes you look like a dumb fuck to have this happen to you. But, dude, we all got our problems. Lay that aside, look them in the eye, and say, hey, this happened to me. I need this. Can you help me or not? That's cold calling. That's going door to door, which is, kind of what I did. I feel like not a lot of people would have the guts to do that. They would cover up in the corner and they would wait for somebody to come and help them if they didn't have their phone. Right? And hey, I'm not saying anything bad about the phone. The phone was how I got in contact with our emergency staff, Maurice. He did tell me he wasn't on call this weekend. He was like, oh, if you have another problem, just call that emergency number. I'm like, all right, man, I appreciate you coming, though. I really do. Because he wasn't on call. He could have told me to fuck off, but he still showed up. I really do appreciate that. So I just wanted to tell you all that story. Don't lock your keys. Oh. I'll tell you what, man, I locked my keys in my car. When was this? Last month? Fucked up. Oh, man. Why is it every time you lock yourself out of someplace, isn't that the worst? Actually, it's not the worst to realize right away that you locked it in, because then right away you could start to do something about it. That's the worst if you go your whole fucking day oblivious to reality, and then you get back to your car and you're like, ew. And then it's nighttime. See? That might be a different situation. Luckily, this apartment little mishap happened in the morning. In the morning, luckily the weather was not that bad. I mean, it was chilly, of course. It's early morning, but it wasn't like bitterly cold. Like I was fine. But that's all I wanted to talk about, guys. I might have a special surprise next week. Stay with it. Chris Lazar, this is Thread, signing out.